Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday Night is Organ Music Night with some cheesy and nonetheless magnificent theatre organ music this evening. I am now the proud owner, ladies and gentlemen, of a new, but it's not that new actually, it's new to me, a new theatre organ for the wonderful world of Hauptwerk. This magnificent software that we have here. Now, this is actually an organ that's been around for an awfully long time. This is one of the sort of the legacy sample sets from Hauptwerk, but it's kind of been forgotten, which is a shame because it's amazing. Now, I've only had it for a day or so, so I've only been playing around with it for a little bit, but I'm loving it already. It's got all sorts of things that theatre organs really need to have, including, did you hear my cheesy bells at the end there? Isn't that cute? That's really rather cute. It's got a cymbal roll as well. And there's something else in there which I used. I don't know if you caught it, but there's something else wonderful and magnificent coming later. Now, Hauptwerk, the actual Hauptwerk itself, Hauptwerk.com, recently had a sale. And this is where this organ was procured. And it's a wonderful instrument. It's a large 3 manual, 1, 2, 3. There is something apparently you can do with the 4th manual, but I haven't been able to work that out yet. It's actually a 3 manual, 31 rank WurliTzer. What on earth does that mean? Well, that means there are 31 different rows of pipes, 31 different sounds that the organ can make. And tonight I'm going to give you some demonstrations of this amazing thing. We're going to play some fun pieces of music, some jazzy pieces of music, some cool pieces of music, and see how we got on. Now, like I say, I've only had the organ for about a day. It's only been up and running for 2 days, today Friday. I've been playing around with it during the day today, so it's not quite where I want it to be yet, but we're getting there. I've got all sorts of things set up already, and it's rather good fun. Oops. Anyway, there we are. It has chimes. Of course it has chimes. It's a theatre organ. But we'll come back to that in just a moment. It can do all sorts of wonderful things. By the way, the first piece of music I played this evening was Cole Porter's legendary Naughty Love for Sale. Cole Porter was, of course, a very naughty boy, and all of his songs have a sort of naughty side to them. So that was Love for Sale. Now, if you take the word love and transpose it for another word, then this is what jazz musicians do around the world. They get bored when they're on tour, so they play around and play word games. So love for sale, you change the word love to lunch. So there you have lunch for sale, which sounds much better. And if I move on to the next page here in my wonderful book of jazzy standards, I have tunes like Lunch is Here to Stay, or Lunch is Just Around the Corner. Lunch is just around the corner. A bit of the old jazzy style there. Isn't that cute? It's amazing what this little thing can do. This little, there's nothing little about it. Right, what, ladies and gentlemen, is a 3-manual 31 rank WurliTzer? Well, the 3 manuals, oops, yeah, I found a bug already. The hi-hat on the bottom manual, it's either on or off, and it doesn't matter what you program. I should be programmed to be on there. It should be on with that, so you get... I've got my own little drum set. That's the idea. Oh, there's a big crash cymbal as well. All these things are great fun. Anyway, so there's a bug. That's not actually working. Now, things you heard there, toys that you have with theatre organs, you have things like glockenspiels and xylophones. Whoops, sorry. Glockenspiels. Kind of cute. There's a vibraphone, and you can turn the vibrating portion of that off. And then you just have a celeste basically, which is rather cute. There's a marimba as well. Now, I can go and make it reiterate, or I can press this button and it will do it for me. Isn't that cute? I can do the same with the xylophone, obviously. Whoops, let's do that again. Same with the xylophone. It will reiterate for me. Not very well, but never mind. It will do it anyway. Now, we also have a piano. And the piano is available at different octaves. So you can have the piano at the normal octave, you can have an octave higher, or an octave lower, or all three. Which is great if you're doing sort of, shall we say, if you're doing, let's get rid of that for a minute, if you're doing sort of Latin American music. Very handy for that kind of thing. Very useful. And then, of course, you have all the sort of the little things like that. We had a hi-hat, we have a cymbal, we have a block of wood, which is rather useful. We have the castanets. Is Jim Cascagnette here tonight? Jim, are you here? If you're here, Jim, then there you go. There you go. There's the castanets there. We have a tambourine, something called a tom-tom, which is just a drum, and a snare. Useful for all the silly jokes I do. Ladies and gentlemen, hey. Anyway, brilliant. Oh, we have a triangle. Very clever indeed. Right, all sorts of things. Now, down on the pedal department, we have a bass drum, a kettle drum, which is basically just the bass drum on reiteration. Something called timpani, which aren't actually tuned, but if you have a few stops on there, it sounds pretty good. Crash cymbals, a tap cymbal for when you're doing your jazz, and for some reason a triangle. Why you would need a triangle on the pedal, I don't know. And then there's something very clever. This is an effect that only theatre organs have, some of them. It has a pizzicato stop. Can you hear that? Let me turn these off. Let me actually pop the pedal cam on there so you can see what I'm doing. I'm playing one single note, but it's playing a pizzicato. Yeah? It's just playing a sort of a pizzicato thing. So if I have lots of bass notes there, sounds like a double bass. Dum 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 dum. And if I have my cymbal going, it turns into a big band instrument. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Now, onto some of the stops you will find. Now, the typical theatre organ stops you would imagine are these sort of big Where's my great manual? Here's my great manual. Where are they? There they are. Your great wobbly flutes. And there are two of those. There's one on one side and one on the opposite side. And yes, that's coming through in glorious stereo, so I hope you're listening on headphones. And you have both of them together, a big wobbly sound. Now, you can turn the wobbly stuff off and then you just have big flutes. Why you'd want that, I don't know. Can a theatre organ sound like a classical organ, I hear you ask? Well, let's find out. If I do this, and this, and I suppose we could actually do that, and maybe that. I suppose we could add some of that, and maybe some of that. Will this sound like a classical organ, I hear you ask? Well, I don't know, let's find out. Kind of. You can even add some reeds to that to make it sound more. That's not the one I wanted. That's the one I wanted. So yes, it can sound like a classical organ if you want. Now, the thing that makes a theatre organ rather magnificent is all the string sounds that you would find. So we have things like a gamba, which obviously comes with a celeste, which means another rank of pipes tuned ever so slightly higher to give this effect. Now that's not the same as this. That's the tremulant on that, okay? That's not the same. It's not the same. We have the gambas, we have violas. Again, stereo. We have softer strings, salicionals, which are very nice. We have lovely, very soft strings, dulciana. Isn't that cute? And all of those strings together, I'm not going to add the huge strings, but a big stringy sound. And all of those are available down at 16-foot pitch as well. I can turn all of those celeste sounds off, so I only have the straight sound. Back on again. Now, this is where the fun begins. Let's get rid of all those strings for a moment. We have wonderful stops called vox humana, or one or two vox humanae. We have two on this organ. They're usually always used with the tremulant. And again, we have one on the left side and one on the right side with a slightly different nasal tone. Again, the other one. Both together. Anyway, right, so we've got all sorts of fun things you can do there. Now, if I add all the string stuff together, I have a registration for this, of course I do. Let me just quickly find it. If I take all the stringy stuff together and all the vox humana stuff together, you get this incredibly big, luscious sound. This is rather wonderful. Now, if I can, of course, remove all of those tremulance on the strings, and suddenly we sound like the Wanamaker organ in Philadelphia. .32" in the pedal. Big, big, big sounds, I think you will agree. And then there are all sorts of fun stuff on the organs, all the little sort of snappy stuff. Trumpets. It's not the best sampling, I would have said. A tuba, which is not to be confused with a classical or church organ. Tuba, tuba. Tomorrow night is tuba night, by the way, more on that later. Which is a much rounder, softer, rather lovely sound. There's something here called a D trumpet. This is a WurliTzer style D trumpet. It's a very bizarre muted kind of trumpet. And then we have the fun stuff, clarinets, which does not sound like a WurliTzer clarinet at all. A saxophone. Now, yes, the saxophone actually does sound like that. It has a tremulant. Yeah, that kind of thing. We have an oboe. We also have an oboe horn, which is very, very different. Oh, there's a flute there. There we are, that's better. A French horn. And then funny things, for example, a crummet, which sounds almost like a crumhorn, I suppose, but not quite. A kinura, which sounds like those old 1970s keyboards. Remember them? Remember those things? Anyway, but those are the actual sounds you would find in one of those theatre organs. Interesting stuff. Now, a lot of this is available at different pitches. There's something called, for example, an English horn, which is a big sort of like a big chamade trumpet. And it's available at 8 foot, but also 16 foot as well. So you can have enormous chamade sounds. Pretty clever. Okay? I could go on doing this all night, but you're here to hear some music, aren't you? Let's have another piece of lunch, shall we? Let's have some lunch me or leave me. And I think we need the big bandy style for this, don't you? All right, here we go. Fun and games. Lunch me or leave me. Or love me and leave me. Fun stuff, fun stuff. Sorry, something was going wrong with the registrations there. I'm finding bugs, ladies and gentlemen, but never mind. Now, something that is rather bizarre, and I'm not sure what this is all about, is the piano, for example. The piano, that's still on there, which is most annoying. The piano. Which sounds very, very realistic. It's actually an officially sampled Steinway D piano, apparently. And something that's rather bizarre is I cannot control the volume of it. Now, normally on a theatre organ, one of your swell pedals will be there to control the volume of the piano. Not so in this case. I wonder why. I don't know, but it's a lovely effect to be able to have a piano. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play a piece of music. I think, yeah, that'll do. All right, this could be fun. This could be fun. And this is, shall we have that? No, what shall we have? Oh, we're going to have that later. That's another lunch one. Here, we'll have this actually. A very famous sound in the world. It's of a vibraphone. That's the one. Okay, so I have a normal piano here. Actually, do I even want that, a piano? Yes, I do, but I want a bit of stuff in the background. It's a bit much, isn't it? That'll do. That's what I want. And I want my pizzicato. That's what I want. Okay, actually I think we'll get rid of some of that. It's maybe a bit much. That's maybe a bit much. Yeah, that's better. What we're going to do, I'm going to show you. Yeah, this should work. The Lullaby of Birdland, it's a George Shearing number. Now, the George Shearing trio, the George Shearing quartet, actually, composed of George Shearing on piano, a drummer, a bassist, and some guy on a vibraphone. And they together played beautiful music and made sort of strange, well, strange is good, but they played beautiful, absolutely beautiful arrangements. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, my brain is somewhere else. Here's the Lullaby of Birdland, a George Shearing number from 1952. I don't like that. See, this is the problem when you can't control the volume of the piano, so I'm going to get rid of that. Yeah, I think we'll just have my bass there. That's better. Let's have that. That sounds much nicer, Mr. G. Let's have... No, we don't want that. Maybe have those. That's better. Yeah, that'll do. Okay, there we are. Sorry, that's a better registration for this. The Lullaby of Birdland. Woohoo! The George Shearing Quartet live on one instrument. That's kind of... I surprised myself with that. That's kind of cool, actually, isn't it? Yeah. So you've got proper... a proper piano that you can just jazz about on there, but we've got the piano and the... Oops. And then if you want to get the proper George Shearing sound, I forgot, of course, because I'm using my left foot to do the bass. This is amazing. So I've got all my hands free to do everything else. This is so much fun. And get all those little sort of counterpointy things that George Shearing was famous for. Gosh, I'm going to enjoy this instrument, I can tell. Right, folks, let's have a look and see who's in the old chit-chat tonight. Oh, we even have a ticket or two on the way past. Let's have a look at that first of all and see who's in the chat and who's being generous in the background. Oh, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God, I'm useless tonight, aren't I? I do apologise. There we are. And, oh, dear, dear, dear. This is what I need Vanessa for, you see. But Vanessa's downstairs doing the old bundle of joy, which is... where on earth? There we go. And I want this, and I want... Oh, bloody hell. Can I do this with one hand? No, but I can get it in here. I can do this. Oh, yes, the cauliflower's missing. Where's my cauliflower? He's been missing. Where's he gone? Where's he gone? Let's pin that, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Perfect. Right. So, thank you to those of you who are actually putting out tickets tonight, because I haven't even suggested you should. So, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, already. Who have we got so far? Stefan. Thank you, Stefan. Who this? Friday night is organ music night, says Jan. Thank you very much, Jan. Jerry. Jerry says, whirly goodness. Ticket. Whirly goodness. Thank you, Jerry. Willie Galloway says, Friday's pint of lager and a packet of crisps. I'll have a half of mild and a packet of crisps, please. There we are. Thank you very much, Mr. G, Mr. Galloway. Right, who else have we got here? There's more. We have, oh, there's Jan again. Sorry, that's right. Who's this? Alexander. Thank you very much, Alexander. And who's this? And Brooks. Ah, thank you so much, Brooks. How's life over here in the United States? You've had a bit of a cold snap. The weather has gone incredibly cold. And yes, we haven't quite had that here yet, but it's miserable beginning of November weather here. So that's not very exciting at all. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of tickets on the way past. Let me have a look. Yellowbird, we have a birthday. It's Yellowbird's birthday. Will I get my birthday medley tonight? I beg your pardon, will I get my birthday medley tonight? I don't know. Will you? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know. Will you? Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Yes. No, we have a couple of birthdays, actually. Actually, what does birthday music sound like on a big WurliTzer? Let's find out. Let's have a happy birthday, first of all. It's Yellowbird's birthday today, so let's sing happy birthday to Yellowbird. And... actually, no, let's have the other registrations for this. Let's have the big registrations. Show you how big this organ can get. That's about with big 32-foot sounds. Let's have some happy birthdays then. Happy birthday to our friend Yellowbird. Happy birthday to Yellowbird. Now, yes, I saw Jez there. I was going to ask Jez. I didn't see you in the chat earlier, so that's why I didn't say anything yet. To Jez, because Jez wrote to me to say it's his daughter's birthday today, but he didn't give me a name. But he did here. It's Louise. So let's do happy birthday to Louise, but let's do happy birthday to Louise in a different style. And actually, I see it's someone else's birthday as well, because everyone's got their birthday tonight. Who else is it? Who else is it? Larry. Hello, Larry, as well. So it's Larry's birthday, it's Yellowbird's birthday, and it's Louise's birthday as well. Right, in that case, let's jazz this up. Let's jazz it up. Have a jazzy. Yeah, jazzy birthday. So this is for Louise and Larry. Louise and Larry, that sounds like something from an American sitcom, doesn't it? Here we go. The world needs a good gong every now and again, doesn't it? Now, stop that. Whoever sampled this organ, they sampled the pipes pretty well. They denoised the hell out of it. Unfortunately, that's not true. There are some extraneous noises in there somewhere, but by the nature of a theatre organ, you have to kind of denoise the hell out of it anyway. So some of it sounds a little artificial, but most of it sounds pretty good. But the percussion stuff has been very, very beautifully sampled, particularly these effects here. So we have a bell tree. That's that little, it looks like a Christmas tree, but it's bells, and you rub it with a stick and it does this. Perfect for cheesy music. We have a cymbal roll, which I think is wonderful. I love the way you can hear the mechanism starting before you hear the cymbal starting to roll. When you let go, it actually beats the cymbal again. But my favorite one is the gong. And if you play the gong repeatedly, it gets louder and louder. Yeah, you have to really, don't you? Wouldn't that be fun? Who dis? František, thank you very much indeed. Ah, wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, thank you. Greetings from Trebic over here in the Czech Republic. And yes, they sent me a piece of music, František and Marketa. They sent me a wonderful piece of music called the Bugatti Step. Now, I'm having a look at it. It's a very complicated piece of music, but it's great fun. And it will sound brilliant on a theatre organ with a piano. But we'll get there. We'll get there. I have to learn it. It's not something you can sight read. Definitely not. Wonderful piece of music, though. So it's coming very soon. Thank you very much for that. Right, anyways, there we are. We have a couple of birthday folks there, and we got a couple of things on the way past. Larry, hello, Larry. Lovely. I didn't know you had your birthday today, Larry. You didn't say anything. You didn't say, it was all silent. No one heard anything. Gosh, what's happening here? Ladies and gentlemen. I see. Just as I occasionally read some emails during the concert, and I just got an email. Remember, a long time ago, we had it was called Name That Tune. A long time ago, 6th of October, a month ago. And I played some tunes, and one of them was that tango tune, which I cannot play for copyright reasons, the Comparsita. And it's a public domain tune, and I of course, put my, perfect, they're so stupid. Ha, wonderful, that's it. I put in a dispute to the claim, they claimed it, and I put in a dispute. And they are refusing my dispute, saying that no, I am copying someone else's music. So that's good. They've said I'm copying someone's arrangement. That's impossible because it was my own arrangement. Perfect. So sod them. I will be writing back to them and working this out. Perfect. Right, anyway, so we have some wish list stuff on the way past, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed. The Platz gang have contributed towards some wish list items. And Max Huber has bought a couple of coffees as well on the way past. And he says, support for your equipment. Ah, that's interesting. If you want to support the equipment, do the wish list thing, because that's separate, you see. Now, yes, here, someone put up a link there to a wish list. If you don't mind, put up the wish. Oh, hold on, let me get rid of that. Sorry, my hi-hat is still on. If someone wouldn't mind putting up a link to that, and I will explain to you what's on the wish list. The wish list is a little extravagant at the moment. Very extravagant at the moment, for that matter. And it's extravagant for two reasons. One, there are things on there that would be very, very nice to have, which is why it's called a wish list. And two, there is one item on there, well, a pair of things on there that is completely over the top. And there's a reason for that being completely over the top, but we will get to that in a moment. Friday night is organ music night. Sunday night is organ music night. For pretty much the last year, actually since COVID, basically, we've been sort of here at this organ here. Now, we haven't been out and about at organs out there. For two reasons. One, there was a viral thing going around the world and it was most annoying. And secondly, there was a lot going on in our personal lives involving children and all sorts of things. Lots of things going on. So there are various reasons for that. Now, towards the end of this year and in the new year, we will be getting back out and about to visit some new and exciting organs. I can't tell you anything about it yet because it's all a big secret, especially in December. December, we have got 4 external organs coming up, and this is going to be very exciting indeed, particularly 2 of them. So that's good. That's coming up in December, and I can't tell you any more about it now. I will be able to tell you more about it next week. So there you are, work that one out. Now, items on the wish list. We have some microphones on the wish list. Actually, 2 pairs of microphones and 1 single microphone. Now that sounds very decadent indeed. However, let me explain. I want to be able to make the perfect recording of an organ. And to do that, you basically only need 2 microphones. Now, there are some people out there who will tell you to get a perfect recording of an organ, you need 400 microphones all around the place. Well, while that may be true, to get an amazing sound of an organ, it's not going to give you a very sensible recording, and it's certainly not going to be easy to record an organ like that. In an enormous building, you have things called phase issues. You know, sounds bouncing off walls, reaching microphones at different times and cancelling each other out. The sound waves cancel each other out. Phase problems, pain in the butt. The simplest way to record an organ is to have 1 or 2 pairs of omnidirectional microphones, one pointing towards the organ and one pointing away from the organ. And if you space them properly, there will be no phase issues and you will get a perfect image of the organ. Now, if you want to really make a perfect image, then what you also do is you have a separate microphone facing sideways, not facing the organ or facing the back, facing the sides, and it sort of, you can use it in something called a mid-side technique. Believe me, just say yes. And it gives the perfect sort of stereo image should you have a sort of a phase hole in the middle of your recording. It's very clever. So for the future of the channel, I have put some good microphones on that list that would be great to have, and we would be able to make fantastic recordings. Much better than the microphones we have at the moment, one of which is actually broken. It's no longer omnidirectional, it's only in a cardioid pattern at the moment. The capsule has stopped working, and you can't get replacement capsules. Damn it. So I'm using those for the piano downstairs at the moment, and they work very, very well indeed for that. So one set of omnidirectional microphones would be the Neumann, N-E-U-M-A-N-N, Neumann microphones, which are very, 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 very good. Pick up absolute perfect sound. I know Jerry uses them as well for his recordings, for example. They're very good. They're vaguely affordable, and they are sort of just pretty much standard professional microphones for picking up organs and orchestras, choirs, whatever, in large spaces. Very good microphones for that. However, there is something better. And there used to be microphones from a company called DPA, and they're like hen's teeth. You cannot find them anymore. Otherwise, I'd have put them on the list. They are stupidly expensive, but they are unbelievable. However, the other things that are unbelievable are from a German company called Schoeps, S-C-H-O-E-P-S, Schoeps, that's how you pronounce that. And they have a series of microphones. They have capsules attached to a sort of an amplifier part. They're like pencil microphones, thin cigar style microphones. And you can put different capsules on them, but the capsules you want to get are the MK2S. S is the important part. Omnidirectional capsules. They do 3 different omnidirectional capsules. The MK2, the MK2S, and the MK2H, and they're all designed for different things, different distances, different fields of recording. And the MK2S's are the ones to get for organ and large space recordings at a distance. They are unbelievable. That's the only word to describe it. So they're stupidly expensive, and I just put them on the wish list. I just put them out there. We can take 5 years to save up money for them. I don't care. I don't mind. Maybe we will never save up money for them. I don't mind. But they are absolutely wonderful. The ones to get first would be the Neumanns, because they are not overly dreadfully expensive. They're very, very good, and they get us going, get the ball rolling. And then the other ones we will sort of, in the future, when we finally get to use them in conjunction with the other ones, it's going to be a night and day experience. Got it? So there you are. There's our little wish list at the moment. And of course, Christmas is just around the corner, ladies and gentlemen. Some people have already written and said, what would you like for Christmas? And I pointed them in the direction of the wish list and said, that's what we're saving up for. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my goodness me. So that's the wish list at the moment here. But that has nothing to do with anything else, okay? That's just a wish list. You don't have to help us with the wish list. You can buy a virtual ticket on the way past if you want to say thank you, which Werner just did. So thank you very much, Werner. Very kind of you for that. And sorry, and that's the way that's all going to work. So very good fun. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My goodness me. Anyway, right, back to the music, and let's have a look. Now, our friend Yellowbird wrote to me with some musical requests for his birthday, so let's see what we can do for that. I think we'll start with this one, which is a wonderful thing. Music by Sigmund Romberg. Remember Sigmund Romberg? It reminds me of... Oh, this thing's playing up again. Stop playing up, you stupid item. There we go. Do we want those ones? I think we want the other registrations for this, really. Let's have the other ones. Click, click. That's the one we want. Music by Sigmund Romberg. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a song for students. It's simply entitled A Drinking Song. I think you might recognize the words. Drink, drink, drink. Sounds like Father Ted, doesn't it? Drink, drink, drink to eyes that are bright as stars. When they're shining on, drink to them. Shining on me, shining on the sun, whatever, yes. Drink, drink, drink. Let's have a drinking song, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all have a drink. And this is a drink for our wonderful friend, Mr. Yellowbird. Drink. Drink, 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 drink. Let every true lover salute his sweetheart. In other words, get drunk and do things. It's a bit naughty, that song, isn't it? But yeah, good fun nonetheless. Good fun nonetheless. Right, what have I missed over here? We have, ooh, what's this? Okay, more requests on the way past. Are we doing all right for time? We are doing all right for time, aren't we? Right. There we are. Now, we'll come back to, there's another request in there that will hopefully get squeezed in later on, but we do have another request here, which is rather interesting. And I'm not terribly sure why we have it here, but it's a rather cool one. Now, will it work on a theatre organ? It should, but I'm not terribly sure what. Sure what registrations we should use for this. I think I might use my jazzy ones actually, and I'll actually jazz the piece up. Now there's obviously a reason for this request. So I'm going to ask Jez why we have this request. I don't like that English horn on there. Let's change that. Let's have that. I prefer that. Let's have that on that side. All right, that's better. Jez, tell us why you requested this piece of music. I wondered, when I read it, thought, oh my God, maybe she's dead. But he was going on about Lulu for some reason. Lulu, that magnificent Glaswegian performer with her red hair and what else? And I don't know, Lulu must be getting on a bit now. I think there's a song, actually. I can't remember now. There's a wonderful song. There's a version of it on YouTube. Wonderful. Lulu was in America, and she had all sorts of crazy 1960s dancers all around her, doing some amazing things. I can't remember what it was now. Wonderful film. Anyway, Lulu, one of Scotland's greatest exports. And there's a story, actually. I think my mum knew Lulu or something. There's some kind of story there. My mum, I think she studied with Lulu or something like that. Or they were at university at the same time, or something like that. There's some reason that my mum knows Lulu or something like that. I'm sure there's something. Anyway, never mind. A wonderful piece of music, very difficult to sort of recreate, but a great film. A title tune to a wonderful film from the 1960s, the end, like mid to late 60s, I think it was, can't remember exactly, 66, 67, something like that. Sidney Poitier in the lead role, Lulu in other roles and all sorts of goodies. It was, of course, To Sir with Love, a wonderful film about the perils of being a teacher in a mixed race environment. There you are, just as current today as it was back then in the 1960s. Let's see if we can play this, see what it sounds like. To Sir with Love in the horrendous key of A major. almost sort of worked. It's almost impossible to play. Well, not play, that's not the right word. It's almost impossible to render those tunes decently. It's obviously a freely sung piece of music. Lulu didn't bother with rhythm. She just went on, but especially that. That's fine, you can do that, but then to get the melody going at the same time, kind of difficult, but good fun nonetheless. Sounds good on Theatre Organ. Thank you, Jez. Yeah, it could. It would sound good with someone singing. That's the more important thing. I've got something in my eye all night. I'm not sure what it is. It's really annoying. I have a feeling one of my eyebrows, which are incredibly long and annoying these days. What is it with getting older that this facial hair or corporal hair? There you are. I used to use a head thing. Why do we need capital hair? That's the word I'm looking for. Sorry. Why? What do we need it for in old age? We lose this bit, and everything else just sort of grows out of all other parts of you for no reason whatsoever. Hilarious. Anyway, right, there we are. Now, let's have a dig around here. We have another little request here. And I'm not terribly sure what this is at all. It's again Sigmund Romberg. What a wonderful name. Hello, my name's Sigmund Romberg. What's yours? And this could work quite nicely on here because it's you need a marimba for this. And we just so happen that we have one. It's a bit loud, isn't it? No, I don't think we'll need the timpani tonight. Good fun nonetheless. Right, anyway, a silly piece of music here called the Jazza Marimba Dance. I don't know it at all. Da-di-da-da-dee, da-di-da-da-dee, da-di-da-da-dee. All right, South America, please accept my regards for your tango style, very languid style, that's naughty, dance of the graceful. I'm not going to say that. How disgraceful. This is not. I'm not going to say that. You brought into view a sensation new, a creation that's true. On the floor we'll go. Gosh, I will show it to you. Jazza Marimba. Go on and play it on your marimba phone. Jazza Marimba, go and sway it. Sway to a soothing tone. Come and dance to it, take a chance with it, be entranced with its moan. Oh gosh. Play that topical, southern tropical, appealing Venezuelan xylophone. It is the right thing, really delighting. Here's an inviting chance. Jazza Marimba, come on and limber. That's a good little rhyme, isn't it? Jazza Marimba dance. Right, all right, that's awful, really. Let's have something more on this manual. I think we'll have a piano with our no, we won't have it. I think we could. Yeah, we'll have a piano there. That's pretty good. We need something more on the old ped here. What should we have on the pedal? I feel a cha-cha-cha coming on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there it is. Da 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 dum cha-cha-cha. Right, this is another one of Yellowbird's crazy pieces. Let's see if we can actually play it. I hope so. Jazza Marimba dance. Take your partners, please. bizarre piece of music. A jazz marimba dance. I made up some of the harmonies there because I don't think they meant to go that way, but never mind. Monte Cristo Jr. I wonder who Monte Cristo Jr. was, but that's what it says here. Was that a film, perhaps? Could have been. Lyric by Harold Atteridge. That's disgraceful, Harold Atteridge. How old is that piece of music? 1919. Oh, that's a long one, an old one. So I suppose we can get away with that back in those days. It even says 1919 in the title. There you are, the Jazz Marimba dance, cha-cha-cha. Don't forget to snap your fingers. I hope you all snapped your fingers during Jerry's concert last week. If you haven't seen it yet, go and check out the Pipe Screams link on his channel. Right, anyway, back to some of the jazzy music we've been having. And back to some ballady style stuff. Do I want to save my changes? Yes, I do. Okay, back to some of those jazzy things. Now, lunch was just around the corner. We were doing lunch melodies, in other words, love melodies. Come on, there we go. Oh, swine thing. There we go. And I think what we'll do is we'll get into... Let's get into this. Is Uncle Joe with us tonight? Is Uncle Joe here? Let's have a look in the old chit chat. I haven't actually looked through the chat at all tonight. Who's here in the chat? Is Uncle Joe in the chat tonight? He might be hiding. Cam's here, Urza's here. They're my blue wrenches. Hello, blue wrenches. Anyone else hiding in the chat? Uncle Joe is here. Uncle Joe. Well, Uncle Joe might not be here, but maybe Uncle Joe's in the background doing things like, I don't know, cutting trees down or milking cats or whatever Joe does there for various things. Joe's very good at doing all sorts of things in the background. And Joe's magnificent wife is Marie. And there's a beautiful song actually by Irving Berlin called Marie, very simply called Marie. It's a lovely song, and I don't think I've ever played it before. So let's play it tonight, and we'll dedicate it to Marie. I love the 32-foot sounds on this organ. That's some of the best sounding 32s on Hauptwerk anywhere, isn't that wonderful? There we are, Marie from Irving, Berlin, a long one, a long time ago. A very, very cute little number, I think you will agree, and dedicated, of course, to Marie. Let's have an old Dean Martin number. Everyone loves Dean Martin, and if you don't, you should. Dean Martin, everyone's favourite drunk. He never was really drunk. He was just, I mean, he enjoyed a drink, but he was never drunk. It was all an act, and he was very, very good at it. But he was a marvellous crooning style singer. A crooning style singer, which means you just sort of relax and enjoy the music. And this is one of my favourite ones of Dean Martin's from years gone by. You're mean to me, which I think is rather cute. A one, a two, a 1, 2, 3. You're mean to me. Wonderful stuff indeed. I love it. Mean to me. Talking of mean to me, how are we doing in the old audience participation? Here tonight, Jez says thank you. Thanks from Louise and me. Thank you very much. Jez, from me to you. Who dis? Nancy. Thank you, Nancy. Very kind indeed. Oh, I think there was there another one in there? Sometimes they hide together here. Oh, no, I think that was, no. Ah, hold on, there's another one hiding in here. Who this? There's Jazz. There's another Jazz. Hold on. There's one Jazz. And there's another. Oh, another Jazz. Two Jazzes. Oh, thank you, Jazz. Thank you, Jazz. And thank you, Jazz. There we are. Sorry. Yes, I didn't realise that. Did I get everyone else? Yes, we got everyone else. Splendid. Thank you very much. Thank you, folks. Very kind indeed. Quite like this piece of organ kit. Rather nice indeed. Let me just double check I'm not missing anything here on the way past. Now, remember recently we did a happy birthday to the iPad Kid's great uncle in London. And the iPad Kid himself lives in Ireland, the Emerald Isle. And well, it's his birthday next Friday. So join us next Friday where we'll be dedicating a piece of music by George Gershwin. Ooh, a wonderful piece of music indeed, which we have actually found. And it's, yeah, good fun. So join us next Friday for that. And he's actually requested it on a theatre organ sample set. Haha. Splendid. Right, now we have a request here for piano and piano 16 and 4. What does that mean? Well, let's say you're sitting at a normal piano. That's middle C, and the middle C in front of you sounds like that. Okay? Now, if you play an octave higher than that, that would be, let's say, well, obviously that note there, but a 4-foot piano, that's the same note there. So I now have all the way to the top of the piano. What if I want to go all the way to the bottom of the piano? I have to have 16 foot. Okay? Now obviously there are 2 more notes, or if you're on a Bosendorfer, several more notes. Gerald, thank you Gerald, another Gerald on the way past 2 tickets tonight, thank you very much indeed. Now, if you take your 16 foot piano, miss out the 8-foot piano and have a 4-foot, that's like, let's say I have a normal piano, it's like playing this note and this note at the same time. Okay, but I can do that with one hand. Aha, much more clever, and that gives you a wonderful sort of effect. And I'm going to add something to that just to play around it. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And now what I'm going to do, I'm going to go down to my piano here and my piano here and add some this is what your piano 16 and 4 is all about. And hold on, we need to play around up here. I keep reaching for the 4th manual when I see this. It's only the 3rd manual. It looks like there should be 4, doesn't it? What do I want up here? I think I might have... Okay, let's have a piece of music called Way Down Yonder in New Orleans. And we'll dedicate it to whoever this is here called Organist. Just an organist. Well, organist, this is for you. This is your request. 16 and 4 pianos with some other bits and pieces. Way Down Yonder in New Orleans. I'm pressing buttons I shouldn't be pressing. Cha-cha-cha, lots of cha-cha-cha tonight. But that's what piano 16 and 18, 16 and 4. Isn't that wonderful? It's so cute. Now you can, of course, you can actually now start doing some rather... can I? Hold on. There is a way I can do some very clever stuff. I can't remember how though. Oh yes, I can do this and this and this. Now I have piano. That's all your octaves. So you can now play the Greek piano concerto with one hand. Anyway, something like that. Fun but nonsense. How are we doing with our lunch? Actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. To finish off this evening's concert, I'm going to give you a demonstration of the difference between this Wurlitzer theatre organ. Now, listen carefully. Listen. Listen carefully. I love the speed of modern Hauptwerk. It's so amazing. I know I want to go. Where do I want to go? There and there and there and there and there. Listen to the difference. Now, this is a different theatre organ. This is the Robert Morton theatre organ. Now, Robert Mortons are definitely more in your face than Wurlitzers. Wurlitzers are more sort of, shall we say, the slightly more sophisticated of your theatre organs. And our friend here, the Robert Morton, is more wah in your face. Especially when they're... Especially when you're doing that kind of stuff. Peter, thank you very much indeed. Peter, again from Ireland, with a wonderful, in fact, I think actually, I'm not sure where that part of Ireland is. Gosh, I'm not very good at my Irish geography. Both organs feature exactly the same reverb. Okay, so before you say, oh, the other one sounded bigger. No, they both sound exactly the same. They feature exactly the same reverb, which I have added to the sample sets. To make them sound like this. Otherwise they are dry, bone dry, dry as a fart. Let me show you how dry they are actually. If I, hold on, if I remove all the reverberation whatsoever. Sounds awful, doesn't it? So I have to put that back in at the level I have it. What level did I have it? About there, I think it was. And now we're in an enormous movie palace, which is rather good fun. Right, now, we have a request. If I can find it, M-A-G. There it is. Oops, no, there it is. Da, da, da. For a piece of music from the ragtime world. Our friend Alexander, we all know Alexander Wunderlich out there. Alexander's daughter, Steffi, is a magnificent player of ragtime music, believe it or not. And Steffi loves her ragtime music, and she recently sent me this. Scott Joplin's Magnetic Rag. I don't think I've ever played this one. but it's a really good one. It's a sort of, the magnetic rug is one of his later ones, I think, and it's more sort of bluesy, jazzy, boppy. So let's bop along with some Scott Joplin's magnetic rag on the way past. Isn't this cool? Let's find out. keep pressing that wrong button. I put everything in the right order here and then get it all wrong. It's not all necessarily in the right order. There you are, The Magnetic Rag, a brilliant piece of music by Mr. Scott Joplin. My favourite part is that it's beautiful. I just love it the way it does that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there we are. That was a mighty WurliTzer night with a bit of the Wonder Morton right at the end. Let's quickly change back to the mighty WurliTzer so that you've got your comparison back to back. I love it. Bing. It's not quite as in your face, is it? It's good, but it's pretty good fun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. It's been a fun night. I hope you enjoyed it. I was playing around with the theatre organ for basically the first time today, so I hope you enjoyed it. And thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you for your tickets on the way past. Any new tickets on the way past? No new tickets on the way past there. That's fine. Tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen, is the tuba night for our Illuminatis. We're actually going to be looking at something very different tomorrow night. So I'm not going to tell you what. It's a big surprise. That's coming tomorrow night for our tuba members. If you're interested in becoming a tuba member, check out our Patreon page or our Buy Me a Coffee page. There are little extras on there. You can actually buy, I think God, I don't take charge of these things, you see, someone else does this. Let me just see, Buy Me a Coffee. I think it's in here. Is there anything? Oh, I don't think you can at the moment. I'll tell you what, I'll pop that up there. I'll get that put up there. If you want to sort of get in a one-time tuba ticket, as it were. Actually, I'll just tell you, tuba members are people who, over the course of a month, either they're a member on one of our platforms, or they donate via tickets at a similar level. And if people who donate over $50 a month automatically get an invite to our tuba concert. So should you wish an invite to the tuba concert, a one-off, you know how to do it. Simple as that. And tomorrow night we're going to have fun and games with something secret. I'm not allowed to tell you. That's the secret part of it. So that's going to be tomorrow night. And our tuba concerts are a sort of behind the scenes thing as well. We sort of, I don't do the mysterious beginnings. We sort of, I show you what's going on in the background. There's more chitty chat of what's going on as well as music. However, we will of course be back on Sunday night with Sunday night is organ music night, and we're going to be back with Sunday night. It's going to be a hymns from around the world night. Now last Sunday we didn't have our hymns from around the world, so we're going to do it this Sunday. So if you have any requests for wonderful hymns from around the world, get them in. You know where to put them. Put up our email address there, please. gang@gartshore.de, and get your hymn requests in for Sunday night. That's going to be good fun. And then next weekend, so that's going to be the 10th and the 12th of November. Next weekend we have some exciting things, new organs and goodies from around the organ world. It's going to be exciting, ladies and gentlemen. November is going to be a good month. I have a feeling in my bones. Thank you very much for watching, folks. We'll see you either tomorrow or on Sunday, or very soon indeed again. Here then, we're going to close off with our famous closing off number, the Bye Bye Blues, on the mighty WurliTzer. Let's see what we can do.